Why does this keep happening? First, it was Renee Good. Now it's Alex Preddy. 2 U.S. citizens murdered within a span of a couple weeks. Like, what is going on? What are we doing here? These people are out here dying, just trying to save people. Honestly, I don't even know what to think. Greg Bovino, the leader of these ICE thugs, he just said, anyone that uses free speech will be punished. Like, what? He suddenly thinks he's like better than the Constitution now? Like, he's better than the First Amendment? The audacity to say something like that. This is the power that we give these people. This is the power that the MAGA give. Look at the way that he's standing. More importantly, look at what he's wearing. That look familiar to you? If you ever pay attention in school, you should know. Right? And he's been criticized for this. Yet he still continues to wear that. Like, how could you not see the similarities here? Like, this guy is blatantly doing this. He's not wearing a mask for a reason. He's not covering his face for a reason. He knows he can get away with this. I mean, look at that, dude. Like, how can you just witness something like that and think, oh, he's just doing it for the good of us? People in Germany are calling them the Gestapo. People in Germany. And the fact that we, well, not we, I don't want to say we, that some people don't see that, it's just mind boggling. What is happening to us? Well, how can we have fallen so far? How can we've become so degenerate? Do we not realize that all eyes are on us right now? You say make America great. It seems post-apocalyptic to me. It honestly really does. Like, I can't go out there without some fear, you know? Even though all this stuff is happening in Minnesota, who's to say that won't happen here? Where I live. Or anywhere in the United States. Like, every day I wake up in this country, and that's it. Every day I wake up in this fucking country. You know, you want to say like, well, it's not that bad, you know? Like, how does it affect your life? Like, directly, you know? Well, we don't have empathy or anything or sympathy. Yeah, of course you're going to think that. You know, oh, he should have stayed home. Human beings that care for others do not stay home. They at least do something. They donate. Renee Good has a GoFundMe. Alex Preddy has a GoFundMe. Donate to that. You know, if you don't want to, that's fine too. But get word out there. Show support, you know, do something. Make comments on it. Talk about it with your friends, family, you know. Don't stay silent. I feel like a lot of these things just, people think it's just going to happen and it's just going to go away. Okay, ignorance is not bliss when it comes to this, all right? These things are fundamentally not right to ignore. Like, how can you just say these kind of things? How can you just even, like, I can't even grasp it, you know? I mean, usually I am let down by people, but this time I'm just being let down by the entire country, you know? The people that voted for all this, yeah, they regret it. But the signs were all there, right? The signs were all there. January 6 riots. January 6 riots. Yeah, that was years ago. But that's going to stay in every American mind forever. And that's another point I want to bring up too. You know, Republicans say, or at least the idiotic ones say, oh, he shouldn't have been brandishing a weapon if he didn't want to get shot. Alex Petty had a license to carry. He did not brandish that gun. You know who brandished guns? The January 6 rioters brandished guns. I'm not saying like a handgun that Alex Petty had, not a sidearm. These guys showed up with automatic weapons. All right? They with intention to harm. And they did. They killed bystanders. They killed the police, the servicemen protecting, doing their jobs, you know? And guess what? They got pardoned. It was always so crazy. I was looking up these pictures, and that people were actually raising funds to get these guys pardoned. Like, I couldn't even believe that. That was just so crazy to me, insane. And guess who? You know, everybody knows who told them to do it. Trump, right? Daddy Trump. Okay. What about the other guy? Kyle Rittenhour, or whatever his fucking name is. I don't care, really. I just know his name is Kyle, and he's white. Guy showed up to a protest, shot 3 people. Oh, but it wasn't about the guns. School shootings. Oh, that wasn't about the guns either. So what is it then? Huh? How am I gonna spin this narrative? Alex Petty had a gun, so he got shot. Alex Petty was saving a woman being abused by ICE. Did he come at them with a gun? No, he had a gun in case somebody, those thugs, shot at him. He had every right to defend himself as a U.S. citizen. He had that right. That's why he had that license. You know. But now you suddenly, all you MAGAs want to make it like he had a gun, he had this and that and that. No, you cannot spin this. You absolutely cannot spin this. Like all of a sudden now, where's the NRA? You guys awfully quiet. Where's that? The other thing is, Kristi Noem, she called him a domestic terrorist. Like, a domestic terrorist. The kind of mental gymnastics here deserve a fucking gold medal. All right? A fucking gold medal. Not even China can compete with shit like that. They are making Simone Biles look like a rookie when it comes to these type of gymnastics. I swear. I honestly find it so difficult to believe people think this way. Like, how far have we fallen? Being humans. Humans. We're not aliens. We don't come from a different galaxy, from another reality. We were not dropped off here. Well, not according. Well, if you're a conspiracy theorist, then okay, you can think whatever you want. But we were born here on this earth to be there for people, to not harm each other. What happens when you put 2 babies from different mothers together? What, you think they're gonna start slugging each other? No. This stuff is taught. Okay? It's taught. You have the capacity to raise your children so they can be responsible adults, respectful adults that contribute to society. This is not contributing to society. Okay, you guys, I don't want to say you guys, most of y'all are good people. I believe that. But some of you, it's just insane how you guys think this way. Like, why? Do you really think you're helping the people, your country, by coming out and defending this kind of thuggery that's being committed by the government? Do you really believe that's going to help? Do you think you are safe? Do you think, oh, it's just, if I listen to them, I won't get hurt? Yeah, it's easy to say that when you're behind a screen, when you're just typing that shit up. But you go out there and they tell you to do something. They tell you to do something that you don't agree with. Fundamentally, does not sound right to you as a person, as a human. What's going to happen then? What are you going to say then? Huh? You might just end up like Alex Petty or Renee Good, right? Renee Good just happened to be in the way. She got killed for it. What if you were there? What would your family and friends think? Your coworkers think? It's not justified, right? It's not. Only because you see it happen to someone else. You see it happen to someone that you do not know, that you obviously do not give a shit about. It's easy to say those fucking things. It's very easy. It's like if you're there and you support ICE, you think they care that you support them? Now, a lot of these guys are doing it for money, which is already like a shitty thing. That's like a shitty reason to be doing any of this stuff, right? You think the moment that they think that you're out of line, that they're not gonna apprehend you, they're not gonna do something? How do you know that they're there to protect you instead? These guys are not law enforcement. Law enforcement do not escalate things. They de-escalate. Yeah? And going back to the Alex Petty thing. The guy had 6 guys on him. They disarmed him. And the reason they shot him was because they thought that he discharged a firearm, which is so stupid because that's what they're saying. But in some of the videos, which I'm not going to bring up because it's obviously very, very triggering to a lot of people. Honestly, I can't even watch it a second time, you know? But I have seen all angles. The officer disarmed him. I'm sure this is common knowledge by now, if you look it up yourself. The officer disarmed him, took away his weapon. Broad daylight. You can see it. But that idiot obviously is not trained. None of these guys are trained to handle firearms, right? Had his finger on the trigger, had the safety off, accidentally discharged the gun, and that spooked the rest of them, which prompted all of them to unload onto Alex. That is the true story. Now, how's that de-escalation? You tell me that. You already disarmed the guy. The first thing you disarm after you disarm the guy, you make sure the fucking weapon's safely disabled, right? You get rid of the weapon. Now, if you were properly trained, you would know how to do that. But these guys are not, so they didn't. And now they're using that as an excuse to justify the killing, which is insane. You know, like gangsters, how they hold their guns sideways and all that junk. This is basically like that. They do not know how to handle a weapon. And yet, here they are having weapons. They're making arrests. They're not out there to fucking shoot people, which is obviously what they want to do. You know? I'm willing to bet that some of these guys are from the January 6 riots. 100% that a portion of these guys come from there. They see this as an opportunity. Get rid of the dissenters and all that shit. You know? Make America great. They're out there killing U.S. citizens now. How's that making anything great? Just bring up something else that's also really, really stupid, but also find hilarious. Is this comment. Okay. This guy says ICE is Han Solo. And the other guy, he doesn't even care to list his name. That's how much he does not give a shit about Alex. He calls him Greedo. Look what a Star Wars writer replied. You know? This guy claims he's a Star Wars fan, yet he does not understand the core principles and themes that Star Wars portrays. This is the kind of brainwashing I am talking about. We all know Han Solo shot first. And this is what I mean when I say that he's missing the point. This is Father Nathan. He's a former priest, a comedian, and he has his own podcast, right? He has a fairly large following. And this is what he says in response to that comment. ICE, they're the stormtroopers. Trump is Darth Vader. Putin is Palpatine. Bannon is Jabba. Miller is the little thing that lives on Jabba's belly. Good is Jyn Erso. Pretty is Cassian. Bernie Sanders is Ben Kenobi. Han is all the folks driving transport for the activists, who are Luke and Leia. And surprise, y'all lose in the end. I'm honestly so tired, you know. I don't even know what else to say. Thanks for watching, guys.